Hello everyone, it's Urza47, and this is another episode of Urza Plays His Friends in Hearthstone. This time we're going to try the newly revamped Druid ramp deck with bonus faceless manipulators.
Malfurion.
We'll see how this does.
Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
My opponent today is Wes, also known as ElAdoranSureshot, also known as Snow Clone. What do we have in this hand? Not much that I like, unfortunately. Mark of the Wild's kind of useful. It's too early for swipes and Stormpike Commandos, so I'm going to trash these. This deck, I usually mulligan with it aggressively because I want to get cards like Nourish or Wild Growth in my starting hand. Okay, so I could coin into a Power of the Wild here, and then I can Bark of the Wild in next turn. So we're going to do that. Coin into a 3-2 Panther. It looks like a spell, but it's actually a creature that you can use for a kind of funny buff as well. I don't think I've ever used it to give all my minions +1/+1, because this deck goes for quality over quantity. Okay, so he just kills it with Shadow Word Pain, which is kind of annoying.
For the wild.
So we'll just bite his face. Because I don't have any 2 cards to play, because Mark of the Wild is not useful when there's no creatures to use it on. And if I don't draw something good, next turn I'm also going to be... this just isn't good. Not good at all. I could buff his creature, but I really don't want to do that. Furthermore, I don't want to really bite that bear because it's not going to do much. For shame. Okay, so we're just going to armor up and pass, because I have nothing better to do with this hand. The object of this deck is to survive the early game and dominate in the late game. And I'm not sure I'm doing a very good job at the former. Okay, well I got that Ironbark Protector, which will be great later on, but as far as the here and the now, I could play a Yeti, and he would be kind of in an awkward spot. He'd have to 2-for-1 trade to kill it, because neither of these can kill it on its own. I could use Swipe to kill his bear, but that... yeah, I'd like to get some presence. And if he doesn't trade for my Yeti, I can play these marks on it to buff it up. And if he does kill my Yeti, I can just Nourish next turn for a bunch of crystals and then do that into an Assassin or a Protector next turn. So my position is a little more sound than it looks at first glance, just because I can so easily transition into the late game. If he had some kind of cool removal, he would have used it by now. This is why probably why it's taking so long. The Yeti not only is at a superior value at a 4/5 for 4, but it also falls into that kind of awkward spot in the priest deck, which is 4 attack is too much for Shadow Word Pain, and not enough for Shadow Word Death. Okay, ow, ow, ow. He killed my creature, which is kind of bad. However, he is very, very open to swipe. I can swipe his bear and kill everything with 1 card. So let's do that. Okay, so we're about even on health. However, I have 1 card advantage. However, he has a tempo advantage currently. Not to mention the 2 hit points for him. That's worth. Okay, he plays our good friend Taz Dingo. However, I could just Starfire it. And because I have nothing better to do, let's go ahead and do that. And I draw into another Yeti. Okay, so I got a 2-for-1 out of that. I basically killed his creature without costing myself a card, because the Moonfire lets me draw a new card to replace it. So now I've extended my card advantage to 2 cards. Lightspawn are annoying. So is that if I were playing a weapon class, which thankfully I am not. Okay, so this is actually interesting. I could play a Stormpike Commando to kill a Zeus, and then immediately Mark of the Wild it to make it a 6/4 taunt. Which, if he attacks into it with his Lightspawn, it would trade. So it's a 2 for 2, it's a straight trade, but again, I'm trying to bide my time for the late game in this deck. So that's what we're gonna do.
I've got a huge card!
This compels him to trade into me, unless he has a Shadow Word Death, which would make me sad. But I have to bait it out at some point, assuming he has it, and better that than my Assassin or my Protector.
I've got a huge card!
Okay, that's annoying. That is extremely annoying. Alright, time to think of a new plan. I would love to get my silence cards, but I have not been able to draw them yet. Very unfortunate. I'm actually very close to losing right now. He has 14 damage on the board to my 16 health. He probably doesn't have a damage card in his hand because he's been using a lot of those already. It could be a buff though. He very well could have lethal this turn. I could play my Protector, which would immediately die to this thing, but it would kind of severely reduce its attack strength. And I don't think I have much of a choice. I'll play it now. So if I don't play it, I could be dead. And I would like to not be dead. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's really annoying.
Well played.
Well done. I did not draw my silence feature, which is what I needed to beat that. Okay. Wow, this is the first time I lost on television. Ooh, it feels kind of bad. Okay, let's try a spell damage deck. Let's go back to the old standby. I wonder if he's going to play the priest again or if he's going to change things up a bit.
Jaina versus Thrall!
For Doomhammer.
You asked for it.
Arcane Missiles is okay. We'll keep that and the Arcane Intellect. Oh, good. We got a Mana Worm. That's really good. Because I can play this on 1, and the coin does count as a spell. So I can coin into something on 2.
I smell blood.
Say the Arcane Intellect. Okay, so we're going to play the Mana Worm, which, annoyingly enough for him, does not die to his Worgen Infiltrator. Although he might have some kind of burn spell in his hand, which would be unfortunate. Currently, my plan is to... see, there it is. Okay, well, I got a card advantage out of that. He took his creature and his buff spell to kill my one creature. I did draw a Kobold Geomancer. It's a very important card in this deck. But for want of anything better, I'm going to coin into Arcane.
Job done.
Okay, so that'll set me up nicely for the mid-game. I'm still having trouble getting over that loss last time. I really needed one of my... I had 2 cards that can silence, and that would just stop that play dead in its tracks. And, of course, I didn't get it. So, there you have it, I suppose. As for what I'm going to do right here, it's not worth frostbolting that. So I think I'm going to just play the Geomancer. We'll not cast the Arcane Missiles. We'll save that in case he plays another totem. Like that. That's the kind of thing you want to use an Arcane Missiles on.
What you want?
I would love to draw into an Arcane Explosion here, but I did not. Okay, so I can play an Arcane Missiles for 4 damage amongst all of these, back it up with either a Fire Blast or a Frostbolt or something. So let's go ahead and play this and see what happens. Okay, that's not what I wanted. That's unfortunate. Okay. Oh well. Let's go ahead and kill this. I was hoping to get at least 1 point of damage on that Frostwolf Warrior, because I could then Fire Blast it and attack a totem with my Geomancer, but I was not lucky. Frost Shock didn't kill it. Fair enough. And he goes to the face with this charge business. And a Raptor as well. Okay, that Fireball will be useful later. If I had an Arcane Explosion in my hand right now, I'd want to play the Azure Drake. But since I don't, we'll go for the Berserker. He's going to have a really hard time dealing with this because... obviously, this is not something you want to be throwing a lot of small things at, because its damage increases every... or not. Very annoying. Okay, now it's just a pretty little 2/7 bullshit, whatever. Okay. I would still love to get an Arcane Explosion right now. I did not get it. Ugh. Whatever that Blizzard. Is that Blizzard in there? Or a Flame Strike? I have a Blizzard and I have a Flame Strike. None of my area effect cards have been coming out. Ugh. Okay, well... I want to Fire Blast something, but I also want to play a creature. And on balance, I think I would rather play the creature. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill this Raptor, so that my Azure Drake doesn't immediately die.
Job's done.
Okay. Pyroblast will also be useful later. Okay, next turn I plan to ping Azal and play another Azure Drake. Oh, he's gonna wreck my shit with buffed minions. I'm surprised he used that though. That's the kind of card that's best saved for a finisher usually. See, now he only has 2 cards left because he's been playing them so quickly. I'm not sure he has much of a late game to transition into here. Okay, let's play another Azure Drake. And I can transition into an Arcane Missiles, or I can just ping this. I'll go for ping. The Arcane Missiles will probably have a juicier target in a second.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
I could really use that Arcane Explosion now. That would really be outstanding. Wow, both of them are in the bottom half of the deck. Very unfortunate. Okay, but I did draw an Ogre Mage, which is kind of useful, because I can Ogre Mage, which buffs my spells up by 2 points, and I can play a 5 damage Arcane Missiles, which will probably wreck some shit, and still have enough mana to Fire Blast the remains.
I'm not ready.
Wow, that's actually really nice. Exact change. Thank you very much. Now, he may not realize it, but he's actually in very dire straits right now. Well, he drew that taunt, which is annoying. Because I'm sitting on 20 damage worth of spells in my hand. Now, there's no convenient way for me to kill that, so I'm just gonna attack it. And play an Archmage. And I'll play that move on this side, just to try some sort of area effect. I try to be mindful of where I position my creatures relative to each other, because I know there's a bunch of cards that deal damage based on adjacency, so it does pay to be mindful of that. So he plays another totem and a stealth creature, and still I'm yet to see any arcane explosions. Very aggravating. Okay, so what do I have right now? I have 10 damage. Oh my, I can put him very near lethal this turn. But I think a better play here is Ogre Mage into a 9 damage fireball.
Who you want to kill?
Actually, we'll trade that Mage. Okay. He needs to pull a miracle out of his hat, because he's pretty much dead 6 ways from Sunday. Even if he manages to kill all these creatures, I still have a Pyroblast in my hand.
Ready for action!
I don't think a single taunt's gonna do it. I don't think 2 taunts is gonna do it. I hope for his sake that last card is some kind of damage card. Oh, I finally draw the Arcane Explosion. Thank you very much.
Well played.
Who you want to kill?
I could have done them with the Pyroblast or the Polymorph, but better finally play that Arcane Explosion that I so desperately wanted all game. Okay, we'll get in some Zulok practice. I've only ever actually played this deck on YouTube, so the 2 or 3 times you've seen me play it have been it.
Gul'dan versus Uther.
I will fight with honor. Your soul shall be mine!
Okay, Faceless Manipulator is a great card, but not here. Ah, all these 0s and 1s. So this is a great hand to put some early pressure. The whole point of this deck is to just spam a whole bunch of minions, go right to his face, and don't let up.
Ready for action!
And that kind of early taunt will shut it down, kind of. Okay, well, we'll lead off with a Flame It. And And I could coin into a Blood Imp. Yeah, why the hell not? I've seen the one coin into another one play on turn 1 before, but I've never actually done it.
Ready for action!
Okay. I think we're gonna just tap and pass. We'll save the Soulfire for something really nasty and he's liable to play. Yeah, I know, I'm kind of wasting the health from the Imp, but... So he hammers on me a little bit, that's fine.
Reporting for duty.
There we go. Okay, so we're gonna play
You
Shield Bearer, and another Blood Imp, and an Argent Squire.
The light protects me.
Oh, that's annoying.
That was a mistake.
Oh, because he did it in the wrong order. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's tap first.
You shall
The Shield Bearer,
Get in there! Fight, maggot!
which I know I'm kind of wasting, but oh well. Meh.
I wonder...
Yeah, I've never encountered
Reporting
a
for duty.
paladin with area of effect spells like this before in the zoo, so not sure how to deal with it.
I wonder...
Okay, let's go ahead and tap, because that's something you probably should be doing every turn. I was about to play an Abusive Sergeant to plan to trade up for this, but I cannot do that. Okay, so let's play this and... He'll have to trade a whole lot of stuff to kill that. So my plan next turn on 6 mana, probably tap,
Let me
and...
think.
Okay, so he's going to ignore my golem and just go to the face. Okay, so I really don't want to do any more
Reporting
tapping.
for duty.
I think I'm in pretty bad shape here. Oh, especially because he played that. Ooh. Okay, well that's actually a good card here. Because it will destroy something and...
I wonder.
If I don't play this, what would be I doing instead? Soulfire seems kind of pointless. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead.
Victory!
Yeah, he's just been spamming small creatures almost like I have, and his have been better. Well, because I don't know how to play this deck very well. Not like the mage deck you saw a moment ago.
Reporting for duty.
So he, I think wisely in my opinion, has ignored my creatures and is just going straight to the face. How I do have a Sun Fury Protector, so I can taunt these things up, so it'll become... Oh, okay. That's just what the doctor ordered. The Face Manipulator sounds good in theory, but in actuality it's not right here, because he hasn't played any big creatures to take advantage of it. And there's no big creatures for me to kill with the... Because I could Faceless Manipulator the Argent Commander, which would give it charge again, so I could immediately attack with it. But that's not all that helpful.
Shields up! For the crusade!
Let's ignore his minions and go to the face, because I know he has to, I know he has to trade, because I have taunt now. Although if he has another consecration, I'm going to be sad.
Justice.
Oh, okay, so that made all of that attacking I just did totally for naught. Okay, well that looks like good Faceless Manipulator bait right there. And he's gonna do the face. Okay, so he has lethal this turn. Okay, so what's my plan? I can Faceless Manipulator it first. Then I can attack into it with this to take care of the shield. Then Soulfire and attack. Sounds like a winner. +2 is not going to get it done. And I can't play both these because I don't have enough mana. So do I really care which of these I do first?
So many possibilities.
Yeah, I think I'd rather play
We
this.
must cleanse the Sunwell. Join or die.
Okay, I have 6 hit points and no cards, but I've just totally turned the tables board-wise. And hopefully he doesn't have an answer, because if he does, I will be sad. And I'm sad. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to see. Ooh. Well, at least I didn't play the Shattered Sun Cleric on that. So there's that. He's down to 2 cards, however. And there's no clear way for him to get those remaining 6 damage unless he draws into... He has some direct damage. If he had direct damage, he'd probably play it now. And there you go. Okay. Well... needless to say, I won't be doing any more life tapping. That's also kind of bad.
Reporting for duty.
Well, he's managed to turn my 5/6 into a 1/1 with those cards. He's probably going to attack one of my minions with his hammer. Right, okay, so let's go ahead and kill that.
We must cleanse the Sunwell. Push forward, join, or die.
Alright, he has 17 hit points, and I have 11 damage on the board.
Reporting for duty. Handle it!
Ooh, that's problematic. That's more problematic. Oh, what do we have here? 5 more points of damage. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I'm 1 point shy. That is frustrating. Okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna take care of this.
Join or die.
So he has a 1/1, and that's not gonna do so much here because I have 3 hit points. But I feel like I'd better kill it anyway,
Forward.
just in case he draws into a Blessing of Kings.
Push forward.
Dare summon me, a paltry task.
Alright, now I'm the one with lethal on the board. I hope he drew a taunt of some kind, or maybe a life gain.
What you want?
Not gonna do it.
Reporting for duty.
Push forward.
Just a little bit short, I'm afraid. That was very well played by him. Sacrificial Pact. The card no Warlock ever plays. Okay, sure. I think we'll try once more the Lots of Guys deck because I don't think I've played it on this channel before. Okay, well, that'll do it for this episode. Join me next time when I play someone and show their games on YouTube. Until then, so long, and see you later. Wait, which button is it to... No? Oh, it's...